Hey, what's going on? There was a decent amount of votes on this, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. Let's discuss that Drake and Kendrick. Now, on this aspect, I want to touch something different because everybody's been talking about it. There's so many videos about it. And there's no need to keep on rehashing. Now, a few things that I want to touch on specifically was the situation with J. Cole. And a lot of people claiming that they're J. Cole fans, but we're clowning J. Cole for not wanting to engage in it. Here's the thing, J. Cole doesn't mind, lyrical situations, but when J. Cole found out it was way deeper than just we rapping, and it was gonna be calling people's character into question, J. Cole fell back. He didn't want no part of that. He's like, I ain't trying to do no whole, what I'm saying, Ja Rule, G Unit, Eminem, Benzino type of thing. I thought we was just rapping. That's why he fell back. J. Cole ain't scared. J. Cole ain't, bro, stop. Now y'all forget, go check out the man's catalog. Let's not play with the man. And you claim you're a fan. You're not a fan if you're clowning the man. Come on now. Come on now. He got a family. The boy is not trying to be in the midst of nothing that could be possibly career killing. If it's a lyrical exercise, cool. But the man ain't trying to take away nobody's way of how they eat, as well as he doesn't want that to be vice versa. There's nothing wrong with that. In that aspect, we could even talk about Lil Boosie. Lil Boosie says the exact same things. Because where Boosie comes from, like he said, if we battle, somebody can mess around and lose their life. He's like, because you could lose your way to feed your family. That's why he's like, that's why we don't battle, because it get real. I'm not saying that's how I would have got with Cole, Drake, and Kendrick, but the point is, when Cole came to dish you, he hit you with wisdom. Cole, like when with the kids, like a little pump, when they was saying all that crazy stuff on stage, Cole was like, "Nah, bro, chill. Don't all that f little pump. Nah, don't do that, bro." And he sat down with this man to have an interview. You know how he diss Pump and all these new age rappers with ATM, hitting them with wisdom. That's how J. Cole diss. There was like Middle Child and stuff like that, but he wasn't necessarily going at these cats as far as straight up dissing them, because that's not what he does. That's not to say he can't do it, but that's not who he is anymore. It's very relatable. It's like, for example, when you watch Avatar, think about Uncle. You know what I'm saying? Of the Fire Nation. When you see him, you be like, he's so silly and all this and that, but see, that man, there's a beast. Like, don't ever get it twisted. That man can get down. But when you see him, he's always silly, and he's like, yada yada, whatever. Because he ain't trying to do all that. Does that make him weak? No, he just don't feel like engaging it. Like, that's silly. That's like saying Mayweather can't knock nobody out, or Canelo can't knock nobody out. Like, are you silly? Bruh, Canelo don't want to knock you out. He don't want to knock you out. Like, even if you pay attention to the man's last fight, does that mean Canelo weak? Does that mean Canelo ain't got punch power? No. Mayweather as well. People forget Mayweather was one of the most, just hands down, one of the greatest of the great. Period. Undefeated. And people are like, man, he can't fight. No. Not Canelo, I'm sorry. Mayweather decides he don't want brain damage, and he don't want to be getting hit, because the objective of boxing, I know I went off on a tangent, but the objective of boxing is to hit you and you not hit me. It's an artistry, right? It's supposed to be a sweet science. Rap is the same way. Just because I can knock you out don't mean that I will. Doesn't mean that I should. Doesn't mean that I won't if my hand gets forced to that point. But generally, if I can walk away, I will. If I don't have to. You know what I'm saying? If it's avoidable, I'm not doing it. And lastly, you have to ask yourself, what really what's the benefit of J. Cole going toe to toe with Kendrick in the midst of what those two had going on? Even when you see the way it transpired, it showed you that Cole made the right decision. Allegations and things came up. This was not about rapping. If this was about rapping, Cole was all for it. When this was like, hey, I'm trying to destroy this man's career, like, we got a problem, Cole was like, hold on, bro, I ain't trying to do all that. Every fight ain't worth fighting. And you also got to consider, what are the spoils? What are the downsides? If I go out here and I do this, where do I win? Where do I lose? Cole had everything to lose from a battle interaction. One, his heart ain't in it to destroy his opponent. He don't want to do that. That's not where his heart is at. Y'all are actually, him and Kendrick are on the same side. So why would I distract from what's important to entertain you in a gladiator arena? That don't even make any sense. That's not even what he stands for. Kendrick is taking a stand on an actual situation he has a problem with. Why would Cole get involved in that? This is not control. This is not control. This is as you can see from the things that came out of Kendrick's mouth, it went a little bit deeper than that. Did it or did it not? Right? So I'm just here to tell you, just from an old head, bro, pick your battles wisely. Because sometimes when you choose to fight and go there, the victory has to be worth the spoils. Second, is the like, are you even winning? Because if you engage in something and you lose, you lose. If you engage in something and you win, and the spoils ain't worth the victory, what did you even fight for? You know what I'm saying? Have a good one.